So one of the things that's just to sort of start us off that I think is sort of interesting, and some of the people out there may have heard me say this before, I was expecting a much bigger change with the 2017 contracts because so much had happened technologically and sort of just the way the industry was shifting around between when 2007s were done into now, what with all of the BIM and everything so much stronger. Maybe if you have any sort of overarching thoughts about that.
Well, I think you're right. I think as if you look at it, and certainly on the first level, that the documents, I won't say aren't dramatically changed. B101 changed probably less than the A201. The A201 has a few more substantive changes throughout. And like I said, that's on a surface level when you just read the document. And probably the biggest reason is if you think about what this document, especially the B101, is used, it's used in at least 70 to 80% of all the owner-architect agreements are using these AIA documents. And so while...
So that's a lot of projects,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, the major contract in the construction industry. So you're going to have an owner that maybe in a large project can afford the technological stuff and the sustainability and stuff, but most of our construction is smaller.
Right, so for every project from an airport doing big things down to somebody's putting a bedroom addition on their house, and there's a version, maybe not the B101 exactly, but there's a version in there. It's a really wide range, so it's not all BIM projects, it's
exactly.
not all sustainable projects, that kind of thing.
And so the committee, when they meet, and the committee's made up of representatives from all trades, the owner, architect, contractors, subcontractors, they all have a voice. They need to get that information in, but they all recognize that a lot of their dollars are generated by small projects. There's many more small projects than there are big ones. And the AIA recognize, let's keep it some of the basics in here. But as I said, there is and we'll get into that a little bit today, there are some places where when you do go the next level, when you start looking about sustainability and BIM, they have actually adopted the changes in the industry. And we'll talk about it when we get to those slides.
As we go along. So just a quick reminder for everybody that the terminology here, we're going to just use the quick acronym of B101 in this case, which is the Owner-Architect Agreement. So the Bs are all the documents that are between owners and architects. The As, the A101, et cetera, are the documents between the owner and the contractors, the general contractors. And then the A201 is sort of the one in between that is kind of the umbrella document that kind of ties everything together. So when you hear us say B101, we're talking about the owner architect. When we talk about the A101, we're talking about the owner contractor. And when we're talking about the A201, it's the sort of one that everybody touches. When you sign any of those contracts, you're essentially signing on to the A201.
Yeah, and the A201, another way people call it the general conditions. I look at it, if you want to think about it in the most basic terms, the A201 is like if you're going to play Monopoly or some board game, it's the rules to the game. And everybody has to play by the same board rules, and that's what the A201 operates
So
for.
it's all the definitions and things like that.
Right.
Yeah.